hey, it's time time to give back. I'm at the bottom of the hill, so I'm just over the border of the Franklin Greendale. So I'm Root River. I'm right in that parkway there. Um, but some of the things we're going to do is pretty amazing. So I think it'll be a wonderful entertainment. It's not going to stop there. We're going to really expand if we can get permission and buy-in from the city. So I think we're ready to spend some pretty good money at it. So
Welcome to the team. Mike will tell you, with me, it's all about assessed value.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So
And let the record reflect, Mayor and Common Council, that he enjoys the music at the bottom of the hill.
yes, I do. I do.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of a presentation tonight. We usually do this quarterly, but we wanted to jump out and talk about this concept. So this is, we got a document here. This is the C5 parcel. So what's in front of you is, again, revisiting the master plan. C5 sits on the north side of the development, right between the stadium and the new hotel that's about to start construction in spring. So if we flip to the next page, and we'll rip through this pretty quickly. This is just a different visual of it. It's got great visibility from Loomis, which has 36,000 visitors a day. Next slide, please. So when we originally were talking about this concept, it was going to be a brew pub. And while that's still part of the vision, we wanted to potentially expand it because we were getting, well, we had some brew pub interest. We were getting interest from other players. So what we sat down and we said, listen, let's come up with a concept that can do more than just a brew pub. So we set out and established a bunch of goals. We wanted a indoor live music venue. We also plan on talking with a theater group here in Franklin. You guys know the name. Talk about doing interesting programming during the week and a bunch of other really, really cool things, but wanted to create a space where you could program live indoor music and a bunch of other programming. Craft beer, so the brew pub concept, great food, still sits at the core of it. We wanted to also, given obviously the, everything we do up there, if we could add sports to it, that would be great, both from a participation standpoint and a viewing standpoint. Pickleball obviously is a really big trend, so we're like, let's focus on that as the core of the sports programming. And then we wanted year-round use, because one of the in the absence of the indoor, right, it's like this thing kind of sits, got the ski hill, now we've got the indoor, so if we could continue to program 4 seasons, that's exciting for everybody. So those are the program goals. We looked at some best practices. So the first set of visuals you see here is a live concert venue. If you've been down to Nashville, this is Kid Rock's concert venue. So it's got a bar in the center of it. It's got a stage. It's got a mezzanine. It's really attractive, busy, great food all the time. Kitchen's in the back. So we said this is something and we looked at a lot of these things. This is something we liked. If we go to the next concept. So this is a concept in the, as a reminder, big part of the Ballpark Commons vision and investment thesis is it's a, entertainment infused, experience infused development. So there's a really neat product out there called Chicken and Pickle. It's in Kansas City. They have 4 locations, and essentially what they've done is they've married entertainment, food, bev, and pickle courts. So these are some cool visuals of, and it's not, they don't have any proprietary technology. It's pretty easy to replicate, but we're like, we're inspired by this. Jim was largely inspired by this too. So we think, given the demographics of Franklin, given where pickleball's going, this would be a terrific added value. Next slide is just, it's the brewing concept. So, we were inspired by MK Brewing, City Lights, and Good City Brewing. So all of that then came together with what we're going to propose to you. So the next set of slides, and we'll rip through these pretty quickly, but let me first explain. Can we go back to that slide? This will just show you iteration, but there's, as a reminder, we sometimes forget it's on a landfill, right? So the orange line are the limits of waste that we have to be mindful of where we build things. So any sort of upright structure becomes very, very expensive. What we've done in the past, it becomes very expensive to do it. The green line is the gas line, It's in the budget to be removed anyway. So while we're mindful of it, it's, it's something we can maneuver around. And then the blue line is an easement, it's a utility easement that we just have to stay away from. So I won't bore you, but the next set of slides are just now laying this concept on top of it and then playing with kind of the iterations of how this could fit. So Peggy, if you could just then maybe go stay on that presentation and just flip quickly through the. Yeah, go ahead, Kristen.
Line is the landfill area, so the
So
C5 is all in it, or is it on the other side?
it's on the other side.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
Did that answer your question? Okay. So then this is chicken and pickle. This just gives you a flavor of size, and if we were to take, yeah, something like that. We're still debating the food choice, but this is if we took that concept and just dumped it there. So we had to then play with this. So just if we clip through the iterations of it, you'll see just different ways to lay it out. We eventually land on the last one. And Glenn, this is just to show you we didn't wing it. We actually did some work here. So, but when we go to planning, we'll go through all this detail. So this is then the concept review. So the working title, we haven't landed on it, but it's called Rock and Pickle. And the rockin' part is just, it's the indoor kind of concert venue. It's got 4 outdoor courts. We would love to do indoor courts too, but we have to, look at the economics of that because there's some landfill issues, but there's some exciting things that we're working on and some solutions, but our goal is actually to get 8 courts, but right now this model seems to work. So you've got the outdoor area as well, which has a stage, it has a green space. That green space you're gonna see actually gets converted to a very, very small ice rink in winter, and you can make it really kind of cool from a Christmas standpoint. And then the tap room actually is kind of to the right. Yeah, exactly. Up right there. So I'll show you the interior visuals. This is, go back to that one just because they spent a lot of time on it. So this is, again, it fits the kind of the standards of the PDD, the architectural standards, looks and feels similar, but slightly elevated. Next picture is the indoor. So again, if you think back to the Kid Rock version, this is pretty close. A bit more couture, big bar, stage, mezzanine. And again, this, while we may not have concerts going on, the brew pub concept from tournaments, people will come in here and just eat during the day. Also, all the pickleball programming that we do will generate crowds. Next slide is the tap room. So we got a lot of interesting ideas, and we've talked to other breweries about, we could probably lease this space. There's a lot of interesting ideas, but anticipate a brewing component in here. Next page is the outdoor kind of general space. That's the ice rink with the Christmas tree. I thought that was neat. And what's really interesting about this is, while ice rinks are not great, they're like kind of economic losers. Doing it this way and making it small, actually, it seems to, in its initial planning, seems to work. So that's a visual in winter, visual of the tennis courts, and that's it. So I'm going to hit the pause button, and then I just have one small update, and then I thought I had, but I'll hit the pause button and then turn it over for Common Council for any questions you guys have.
I like it.
Okay, great. So in terms of timeline, obviously we know what steps we've got to go through, starting with planning, but we're hoping to get in ground like summer. And I'm completely mindful of the TIF schedule.
Hanneman, then Barber, then
All right.
Wilhelm.
Am I on? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, this looks awesome. The comment I will make after spending a lot of time on the Parks Commission and discussing pickleball, I think I would try to stay at 8 courts if at all possible, because I think if you wanted to be able to hold tournament type events there, they're going to need 8 courts to do something like that. So I think that's going to be like,
yeah, those are Jim's instincts as well.
breaker for it.
Right. Thank you.
When I first ran for office, a comment coming from most of my constituents had to do with the fact that there's nothing to do in Franklin. And I think you guys have turned that around in a lot of nice ways. I think you're bringing a lot more to the table. I think it's truly an asset for us within Franklin, and I'm proud to be part of the small part that I am and having this form and come into being. So keep up the good work, guys.
Appreciate that. When the meeting started, all the negative stuff about developers made me a little worried, but I appreciate the comment.
Yes on the pickleball courts. 8.
8. Okay.
Oh,
So, Kristen, will you vow to be out there then playing?
we'll see how that.
Okay.
But the other thing is I wish you'd do is get me a restaurant that is good enough to entice me to come there. So far, you haven't hit the mark on that, and I've been really hoping to.
I think, yeah, when we announce the next restaurant concept, I bet you change your perspective. So.
Because I think that you and I differ on good food. I think that.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
No, it's like.
I think patience is a virtue, and
You know, so. All right, well.
stay tuned, Kristen. It's coming.
All right,
Yep.
okay. We'll see. Thanks.
Gentlemen, thank you again for giving us the update. Mr. Picar, welcome. Any relation to Bob Picar from the Sheriff's Department?
Cousin.
Cousin, okay.
Cousin.
Very good. I like the concept. I like the energy. I like the relevancy with things that you're bringing to the table, and excellent. Thank you.
Right.
Mike?
Just two closing remarks. First, I want to thank John Alderman Nelson for coming out Saturday. Having our aldermen come out, be at a presentation like that was very meaningful for the development. Adam, and thank you for writing the proclamation. So Adam Walker's a really big deal, and I really appreciate you guys doing that, and I appreciate you coming out. Second, after listening to, and I appreciate you, I had no clue about this. What is this unit called that the fire department is getting? The Lucas unit. I didn't know what that was, but now I do. And what I do recall vividly this past spring is a game, a Rock League baseball game. One of our 62-year-old, I think he was like 72. He passed away. He had a heart attack on the field. He crossed home. Then he decided to pass. So at least he hung in there for a little bit. But we didn't have that unit. So if we're going to buy one, count us in. I don't know how we do that. But we're going to buy one of those things because we believe in it just for the stuff that we do up at the Rock. So I was compelled, and I appreciate you for bringing that up. So we're gonna pitch in for one, and hopefully that's helpful for the city. So
Talk to the chief.
we'll do.
That's a great device.
How much did you say? Oh, we were told 15.
Am said 15.
So
Two.
maybe we buy 2. Sure, whatever. We're in. We're in. So.
There's a story that one of our retired assistant chiefs tells us from his experience in Big Bend. He had a patient done.
Yeah.
Right? They put the Lucas on him, put him in the did all the other stuff they do. Put him in the ambulance. The guy woke up and started talking to him.
Yeah.
All the way to the hospital, and he walked out of the hospital. It's huge. So anyway, thanks about that.
Okay, one more update. I'm sorry. So we also have a boutique hotel that's going to be taking R1 space. So we verbalized that deal. It was at Jim Friday. So we want that fast track too. So that's going to hopefully we're looking to start construction this summer as well.
The southwest corner of Ballpark Drive and
right next to Velo Village, right in that corner. So it'll be, and it's what's great about it. It's in Sheboygan. The visuals, ironically, we don't have to waste a lot of time coming up with the concept. It's already kind of in ground. So we'll show you the visuals, but that'll be up next as well. And then I'm just left with M1.
well, you knew I was going to
Getting
say that. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.